What's up, KFG family? It's your boy Bigboyjonnytwentyfive, and today I'm going to do my NXT review and highlights. So you guys to do, hit that red button and hit that like button, and let's get started. Alright, tonight's WWE episode opens up with a video package showing highlights from last week's NXT champion. Adam Cole is in the production area. He says tonight's triple threat is the stupidest thing he's ever heard of. He says Finn Balor, Keith Lee, and Tommaso Ciampa have done nothing to deserve a title shot, and he hopes they all destroy each other. Adam Cole goes on and says he's on the run for a lifetime, that is nowhere near finished. We're live from the NXT arena in Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, as Mano Orlando welcomes us. He joins by Nigel McGuinness and the WWE Hall of Fame Beth Phoenix. Okay. The NXT Cruiserweight title match. Angel Garza versus Lio Rish. I already know who won that match, but anyway, I'm just going to review it anyway. We go right into the ring for tonight's opener as Angel Garza makes his way out. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Lio Rish is out next as Garza taunts him from in the ring. We get a formal ring introduction from Alicia Taylor as Garza and Rush stare at each other down. Lio Rish attacks Garza during the introductions. The referee pulls him back. Garza laughs at Lio Rish and fans do dueling chants. The bell rings as they start brawling. Garza with a quick roll-up and furious brawls continues as Rush also goes for a quick pin attempt. They tumble out to the floor and keep brawling. Rush sends Garza back into the steel ring steps. Fans chant louder for Garza now. Rush kicks at Garza from the apron, but Garza yanks him off, sending him face first into the edge of the apron. Garza brings it back into the ring for a 2 count. Garza wastes some time and Rush tackles him. Rush pounds on Garza and lands a kick. Garza dodged the come up and nails a basement dropkick for a 2 count. Garza traps Rush in the corner and slaps him around as the fans do dueling chants. Garza with a big super kick to the face for a 2 count. They trade aggressive strikes now. Garza tells Rush to hit him harder. The brawl continues. Rush goes to a leapfrog, but Garza launches him through first onto the top rope. Rush lands on the outside and Garza stands tall in the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the commercial break, and Garza has Rush in full Nelson. Lio Rush makes it to the ropes, but Rush counters and rolls him up for a 2 count. They tangle again, and Rush nails a big takedown. More back and forth. Garza catches Rush, and they go to the tumble over the top rope, but Rush hangs on and stays in the ring. Rush with a springboard moonsault to Garza on the floor. Rush brings it back in the ring and kicks Garza in the head for a 2 count. More back and forth now. Garza counters the come up and drops Rush with some moves for a 2 count. Rush comes right back and drops Garza for a 2 count of his own. Rush goes to the top, but Garza nails an enziguri. Garza climbs up, but Rush shoves him off. Garza lands on his feet and runs back for the big spear. Spanish Fly for a close 2 count. Fans chant, "Holy you know what" now. They trade punches and slaps on their knees in the middle of the ring now. Garza goes to charge, but Rush kicks him. Garza comes back with a super kick and they both fall down as fans cheered them on. Fans chant NXT now. Rush fights off a wig clipper. Rush counters and hits a wing clipper of his own for a close 2 count. Rush beats Garza down but misses a kick. Rush slides out of the electric chair and nails a come up for a close 2 count. Rush goes back to the top and hits the final hour. Garza crawls for the floor, but Rush grabs him. Garza pants comes off for a pop. Garza makes it to the floor. Rush goes to the top for a final hour to the floor, but Garza gets his knees up. Garza brings it back into the ring for a wing clipper, but Rush barely kicks out. Garza goes right into a submission with a reverse full Nelson. The referee calls the match, and as Rush goes out. The winner of the match in your new NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Angel Garza. After the match, Garza celebrates as the crowd goes wild. We go to replays. Fans chant, "You deserve it," as Garza continues to celebrate. The announcers lead us to a promo for next week's title match between Rhea Ripley and the NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, focusing on the champion. We see Cameron Grimes backstage warming up. We see Cameron Grimes backstage warming up. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and we get hype for tonight's main event. The announcer sends us to Ventures with Finn Balor complaining about having to compete with Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee. We see a video of Angel Garza speaking to the crowd during the commercial break. He brings his girlfriend into the ring and proposed to her. She accepts. The crowd went wild. Cameron Grimes versus Raul Mendoza. We go to the ring and Raul Mendoza is out. We see recent happenings between Mendoza and Cameron Grimes and Kushida. Cameron Grimes makes his way out now. The bell rings and Mendoza attacks to start. Mendoza unloads and Cameron Grimes goes to the floor for a breather. Mendoza goes to the top and leaps out with a crow screw for a pop. Mendoza brings it back but misses a shot from up top. Cameron Grimes collides in the midair and takes him down. Kushida appears at ringside now, taunting Cameron Grimes as fans chant his name. Mendoza and Cameron Grimes continues to go at it. Fans chant for Kushida to take Cameron Grimes. As he walks up to the steps, Mendoza pins Cameron Grimes from out of nowhere for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Raul Mendoza. After the match, Mendoza celebrates and heads up to the ramp. Kushida takes Cameron Grimes' hat as fans pop. Cameron Grimes isn't happy. Kathy Kelly always looks good, by the way. Kathy Kelly is a beautiful person. So, shout outs to Kathy Kelly. But anyway, let me continue. Kathy Kelly is backstage talking to Mia Yim. Mia Yim talks about how she's going to fight Dakota Kai tonight and inflict so much pain. We get a vintage for the NXT UK superstar Travis Banks, who will give us a World Collide preview next. Back to commercial. Jason Riker versus Travis Banks. Back from the break, and out comes the Forgotten Sons. Jason Riker with Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. Travis Banks is out next. They meet in the ring, and Riker rocks Banks first. Banks strikes back and unloads. Riker sends him out of the ring. Banks with a kick from the apron. Banks runs from a suicide dive, but Riker meets him in the midair with a forearm. Riker brings it back and launches Banks into the turnbuckles. Riker unloads in the corner now. Banks fights back, but Riker knocks him down. Riker with a springboard suplex now. Riker slaps Banks around now. Banks keeps fighting, and nails a dropkick in the corner. Banks with a big cannonball in the corner, sending Riker face first into the turnbuckles. Banks goes to the top, but rolls through. Riker levels him with a big double axe handle. Riker with a running knee to the face. Banks is suffering from a cut on his eye. Banks comes back with kicks and kicks a slice from heaven of the corner to pin to win. The winner of the match, Travis Banks. After the match, Travis Banks quickly exits the ring as Color and Blade hits the ring. Travis Banks heads to the stage as his music hits. Still to come, Mia Yim versus Dakota Kai. Still to come, Mia Yim versus Dakota Kai. Back to commercial. Mia Yim versus Dakota Kai. Now I got something to say about this. Dakota Kai's heel. I love her. I love when Dakota Kai turns heel, and I love her entrance. That was my favorite part on NXT. Is Dakota Kai heel and her entrance. But let me continue. Back from the break, and out comes Mia Yim. Dakota Kai is out next. She's still carrying Tegan Knox's knee brace. The bell rings, and Mia Yim immediately nails a drop kick. Mia Yim takes it to the corner, but Dakota Kai turns it around. Mia Yim tosses her across the ring. More back and forth. Mia Yim takes out the knee and hits a basement dropkick for a 2 count. Mia Yim goes on applied submission on the ropes. Mia Yim with a missile dropkick now. Dakota Kai turns it around with axe kicks. Dakota Kai charges, but Mia Yim sends her out to the floor. Mia Yim launches Dakota Kai into the steel ring steps. Mia Yim with a cannonball into the steps now. We go to commercial. Back from the break, back from the break, and they going at it. Dakota Kai with a big running boot in the corner for a close 2 count. Dakota Kai boots Mia Yim in the face a few times as fans do dueling chants. Mia Yim fights back and unloads, turning it around. Mia Yim draws Dakota Kai for a 2 count. Mia Yim catches Dakota Kai with an overhead belly to belly for a 2 count. Mia Yim shows some frustration now. Dakota Kai cold blue, but Mia Yim keeps fighting. Mia Yim nails a cold blue, but Dakota Kai kicks out at 2. They tangle in the corner, and Dakota Kai catches Mia Yim in a sit-down powerbomb for a 2 count. Dakota Kai misses a running kick in the corner. Mia Yim rocks her and nails a German suplex for a 2 count. Mia Yim drops Dakota Kai into her knees now. Dakota Kai falls out to the floor. Mia Yim brings Dakota Kai back into the ring. Dakota Kai grabs the knee brace, but the referee stops her. As Mia Yim watches, Mia Yim charges and runs into a kick. Dakota Kai exposes the top turnbuckle now. They tangle, and Dakota Kai sends Mia Yim into exposed turnbuckle, and then rolls her up for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Dakota Kai. After the match, Dakota Kai exits the ring as her music hits. Mia Yim goes right after her and attacks, taking it to the producer area and sending her face first into the wall. Mia Yim clears two tables off, but Dakota Kai tries to escape. They fall into each tech arena now, up a level over the tables. Dakota Kai nails a huge slide suplex off the top level, putting Dakota Kai through the table, but to the table down below for a huge bump. Mia Yim recovers and stands tall as her music hits. Still to come, a triple threat main event. Mario sends us to a video package with Keith Lee. Back to commercial. Breezango versus the Cyan Brothers. Back from the break, and out comes the Breezango. Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Out next are the Cyan Brothers, Samir and Sunil. Breezango ends up winning a good back and forth match after Fandango brings Samir back in for the top rope and leg drop. This came after the same brothers played the heels and took some cheap shots, but Breezango turned it back around with a big double team move on the floor. The winner of the match, Breezango. After the match, Breezango celebrates as the music hits, and we go to a replay. The announcers for the WWE 24 Takeover Brooklyn 2015 special on the USA Network tonight. Still to come, a new number one contender will be crowned. Also, a special look at Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get another preview for next week's NXT Women's Title match. Kayden Carter versus Bianca Belair. We go back into the ring, and out comes Kayden Carter. Bianca Belair is out next. The bell rings, and they have words. Bianca Belair tosses her shirt at Carter and runs her over. Belair unloads in the corner now as the referee backs her off. Belair misses a few shots and Carter kicks her in the head. Belair goes behind, but Carter slides out. More back and forth after a 2 count by Carter. Belair catches Carter with a backbreaker and gutbuster, but Belair taunts Carter and talks some trash while she's down. Belair with the Canadian backbreaker rack in the middle of the ring now. Carter tries to fight out as fans rally for her. Carter lands on her feet and hits a jawbreaker. Carter misses in the corner and Belair responds with a shoulder thrust into the corner, holding it. Belair shows off by lifting Carter in the middle of the ring now. Belair goes on a deadlift Carter, then spikes her into the mat. Belair takes time covering for a 2 count. Belair works Carter over and shows off some more. Carter slaps her in the face. Carter with another strike. Belair blocks a tornado DDT. Belair holds Carter in the air with a suplex, then slingshots her off the top in the mat for a pop. Belair steps on Carter and goes for a standing moonsault, but Carter gets her knees up. Carter fights back with strikes now. Belair charges, but Carter sends her to the floor through the ropes. Carter with a big kick from the apron. Carter brings it back into the ring. They tangle. Carter misses a springboard back elbow, and Belair comes right back with a spear. Goes from the torture rack to the cog for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Bianca Belair. After the match, Belair stands tall as her music hits. We go to replay. Belair swings her hair around and plays the crowd for a mixed reaction. The announcers discuss tonight's main event before NXT champion. Adam Cole makes his way out. Cole poses on the apron as his music hits. Back to commercial. No one contenders sure threat. Tommaso Ciampa versus Keith Lee versus Finn Balor. This triple threat match was good. The number one contenders triple threat between Tommaso Ciampa versus Keith Lee versus Finn Balor. This match was good. This triple threat match was good. Back from the break, and we get a video package on Tommaso Ciampa, which transitions into Ciampa's standing backstage. He says tonight is for Goldie. Ciampa heads to the ring for tonight's main event. Keith Lee is out next. Finn Balor's out next. The winner of this match will challenge Adam Cole for the NXT title next week, which is I'm excited about it next week anyway. But anyway, we get a formal ring introduction from Taylor. Ciampa and Keith Lee both brush Finn Balor off during the introduction. The bell rings and Balor rocks Lee. Ciampa attacks Balor. Lee drops Balor. Balor goes to the floor for a breather. Lee falls as Ciampa looks on from the ring. Balor tries to get in, but Ciampa stops him. Lee yanks Balor off the apron and slams him onto the apron. Balor lands hard on the floor. Lee sends Balor back in. Balor ends up rolling Ciampa for a 1 count as he distracted with Keith Lee. Keith Lee slingshots himself and level his opponents. We go to commercial. Back from the break, and Lee drops Balor in the corner and splashes Ciampa in the other corner. Lee with more splashes to each man in the corner. Balor drop kicks Lee in the back against Ciampa, but Lee is still up. Balor and Ciampa takes turns on Lee now. Ciampa clotheslines Lee over the top rope to the floor. Balor and Ciampa unloads on each other in ring now. Ciampa stomps away in the corner. Then the opposite corner beating Balor down. Ciampa with a running knee to Balor's head. Lee comes to the apron, but Ciampa nails him with a running knee. Ciampa kicks Lee as he comes back to the apron. Same with Balor. Ciampa with a double draping DDT from the second rope for a pop. Ciampa wastes some time and doesn't cover. Ciampa scoops Balor for an air red, dropping him on top of Lee. Ciampa with a 2 count on Balor and then a 2 count on Lee. Ciampa kicks Balor out of the ring and goes back to work on Lee in the middle of the ring. Ciampa with big chops to Lee. Lee levels Ciampa with a huge left. They keep fighting. Ciampa tries to lift Lee but can't get him up. Lee with a big hawk smash and splash, but Ciampa gets his knees up. Balor comes back in the ring and nails a double stomp on Lee. Balor charges at Lee but gets hit with a pounce. Lee keeps knocking both opponents down. Now, Lee with a running splash over and over to his opponents in the corner. Lee launches Balor into Ciampa to take him down as fans continue chanting for Lee. Lee with a big back drop to Ciampa. Lee stacks Ciampa on the top of Balor and goes to the top. Ciampa grabs his leg and unloads on him. Ciampa climbs up and Balor joins him. On the other side of Lee, Ciampa and Balor double team Lee by slamming him to the mat as we go to commercial. Go back to commercial. Back from the break, and Ciampa rocks Balor up top. Ciampa goes for the super air ride, but Lee puts them both on his shoulders, sending them both to the mat. Fans chant NXT and holy you know what now. Lee drags Ciampa and Balor to the opposite corners. Lee climbs to the second rope for a moonsault on Ciampa, but he moves out of the way. Lee blocks a fairy tale ending and his jackhammer to Ciampa. Lee goes for Balor, but Balor counters with a roll-up for a close 2 count. Lee blocks a sling blade and goes for a powerbomb, but Balor turns it into a coup to the grants from up high as fans chant NXT again. Balor sends Ciampa over the top. Balor runs the ring and leaves out the other side, taking Keith Lee down. Fans chant, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" Now, Balor runs and knocks Ciampa into the barrier, knocking a few Cruise members back. Balor brings Ciampa back in, but miss coup de grace. Lee runs with a pounce to Balor. Lee turns his attention to Ciampa, who is being checked on by the referee. Ciampa avoids a Lee powerbomb. Then Chops blocks Lee. Chop blocks Lee. Lee Ciampa with a air raid on Lee in the middle of the ring for a close 2 count. Ciampa can't believe it. Ciampa charges, but Lee but Lee drives him onto the mat. Lee goes to the second rope and hits the moonsault for a close 2 count. Lee goes for a sit-down powerbomb and hits it, but Balor immediately follows up with a huge coup de grace for the pin on Lee to win. The winner of the match and your new #1 contender to Adam Cole's NXT champion, Finn Balor. This was a great triple threat match, main event on NXT. I loved it. That's just my opinion, and I know TM is going to agree with me what I just said in the comment section, because I know he's watching. So shout out to TM161 again for what he does on his YouTube channel. I appreciate that, brother. So TM161, shout out to you again. But anyway, let me continue. After the match, Balor stands tall as his music hits. We go to replay and comes back to Balor standing over Keith Lee. Guns pointed out. Mario confirms Balor versus Adam Cole for the title next week. Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler is also confirmed for next week's Wednesday. Balor stands on the top, pointing at the camera now. Cole stands tall on the ramp with the NXT title as Balor talks trash from the ring. The Undisputed Era joins Cole on the ramp now. The North American Champion Roderick Strong and the NXT Tag Team Champions Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. NXT goes off the air with the Undisputed goes off the air with the Undisputed Era standing Balor down from the ramp. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my NXT review and highlights, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think of NXT, because that triple threat main event, that triple threat for the #1 contenders match to Adam Cole's NXT champion by Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Finn Balor, that main event triple threat match was good. It was just fantastic, and I cannot wait for NXT next week for Finn Balor versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. I cannot wait for that match next week. This got me excited for next week's match. But anyway, like I said earlier, if you guys enjoy my NXT review and highlights, drop a like on this video, share the video all over social media, and I will talk to you guys later. And Bigboyjonnytwentyfive, KFG Family Production, and I'm out of here. Peace out, guys, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart.